Welcome everyone to the PJ's Cast. I'm your host Pierce, alongside of my good co-hosts Schmitty and Reagan. So we do have hockey to talk about, but let's talk about football. So, what was the Dolphins just had that crazy? What was the score for the Dolphins before
Dude,
they
the
came back?
Dolphins-Ravens game, the Dolphins are down 35-14 in the fourth quarter, and fucking Tua just goes Madden mode and throws two 60-yard touchdowns to tie the game. Well, like he got one on like a full drive. Then he got two 60-yard touchdowns to Tyreek Hill to tie the game. Ravens got a field goal. They go right down the field and get another touchdown with 7 seconds left and win the game, 42-38.
I've only been watching the Colts game today.
Oh, poor soul. Why?
Yeah.
They got shut out. Jeez.
Yeah, it was not good. But I have Jalen Waddle on my fantasy team, and I'm also playing my boyfriend's brother in fantasy this week, and he keeps texting me saying Waddle can stop anytime now. I'm like, no, that's okay.
I have Tua and Waddle in my league with all my buddies, and like I was already beating like the guy I'm playing this week pretty good, and then Tua starts getting all these 50-yard touchdowns, and he's like, "This is bullshit." And I was like, "You weren't gonna win anyway, but like, yeah, now you're really not gonna win. I've like doubled your score." Yeah, that.
Well, I was like nervous because like he has Herbert on his team, and my quarterback's Mahomes, and that game did not really go in my favor, like points wise at least.
Yeah.
But I came back, so I'm happy about that now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, and then on top of that, like not only the Dolphins game, the Jets came back down by 2 scores with like 2 minutes left, got an onside kick.
Yeah.
And like, oh my God. Like there's just so much crazy shit. The Lions almost had 40 points this week. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Did the Lions end up winning?
Yeah, they won. They won by 9.
Nice.
The Commanders were like, they got a touchdown and they missed the extra point to make it a 9-point game. Oh, it was tough.
So funny because Wentz was awful for the Colts last year, but like last week he was really good for the Commanders. I was like, oh no.
Wentz is still doing Wentz shit. Like you go watch the turnovers and you're just like, yeah, it's still him. He's like, you can throw 300 yards in garbage time all you want, but he'll still make that mistake. But then it just sucks because like the Colts are like, well, they didn't have their top 2 receivers, so that's like that's okay. But like they got trounced by Jacksonville. That was not okay. They got inside the 5 like 3 times and couldn't score.
Yeah, Matt Ryan got sacked like 5 times, but the Colts defense didn't have a single sack. I'm like, all right,
brutal. Like Christian Kirk's wide open over the middle on a seam, going like 70 yards. It's just like, oh, okay. This is just Jonathan Taylor's got like 9 yards through 3 quarters. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, my boyfriend's a diehard Colts fan. So you're watching that, and I was like, they're not even my number 1 team, and this is hurting me.
Yeah, no, it
was pathetic.
It was a rough watch from what I could tell. I didn't catch a lot of it, but I saw some like
probably a
clips.
Good thing.
Yeah, just saw some clips. It did not look good.
First drive of the game, Colts threw an interception, and it was just downhill from there.
Oh yeah. Like it, but like honestly, like this is how the Colts kind of started last year. Like weren't they 0-3 last year?
Yeah.
But they can't win in Jacksonville. I don't get it. Like
I don't know what it is. Jacksonville always just balls out against them.
I don't get it. Like they won 8 straight at home against the Colts. That's insane.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Last year, all the Colts had to do was beat the Jags, and they were in the playoffs. They go to Jacksonville and they choke so hard.
Oh,
it's like, what are you doing?
And arguably, they played. And what's worse is they probably played a better game that game they did today, which is crazy to think about.
Like suck too is like last year, the Patriots came to town, and that was like I was still working for them at the time. That was like the best game I ever worked, and that was like the best Colts game I'd ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then today was just pathetic.
It's funny, like I can relate this to a hockey for a second with the Colts. They're like the Blackhawks a lot, where they're like all the Colts fans this year were like, "Can y'all just start on time? Actually, like win a couple games in September, and maybe we won't be chasing everything in December like we were last year." And just like that, they're 0-2 again.
You just had to make it about the Blackhawks.
Oh yeah, putrid performance got to get you prepared for the 20 days. Like isn't preseason start in like 20 days? Ugh.
No, that's crazy.
Speaking of putrid performances, those kickers in that Bengals Steelers game.
Oh, no, putrid performances. Joe Burrow, like holy fucking shit, like that was terrible.
What 4 interceptions and like 5 turnovers overall? Is that what it was?
Imagine getting out mid, like you're in a mid off with Mitch Trubisky and lose. Like imagine.
Literally.
Like, you just came off a Super Bowl and you got outperformed by Maserati Mitch, who doesn't throw the ball more than 10 yards.
Mitch, who loves big titties.
Jesus Christ. Like, speaking of like football this week for a second, like the Steelers played the Patriots, and I was like, I feel bad for every soul that paid to watch Mac Jones versus Mitch Trubisky. After spending 20 years of watching like Brady Big Ben in that series, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna watch two quarterbacks. Like, oh, dude. Mitch was getting booed off the field. It was great.
All the sports are happening around now. Apparently, the Blackhawks beat the Wild Prospects 5-0. And
Mitchell Weeks. Don't even know who that guy is. Let's go. Oh, no. Trey Lance just got hurt. The card's coming out. Oh, God.
Are you serious?
Oh, no. That's not good.
Honestly, just talking about this right now, we should just stream football Sundays, honestly. That'd be cool.
I understand last week the weather in Chicago was just not it. But I didn't think Trey Lance looked all that good. It was a monsoon, but
you know it's bad when our defense was talking about Trey Lance, how other defenses used to talk about Mitch Trubisky. Oh, we just made him throw the ball and play quarterback. Because like after his first read, Trey Lance, like he's so raw as a quarterback, Pierce. Like after his first read when he's in the pocket, he kind of just like it breaks down for him. He can't make the progressions fast enough yet.
Yeah.
So like once the Bears took away his first read last week, it was just like we didn't send a blitz one play last week. Yep. We just rushed for and took away his first read. And once we took away his first read, Trey Lance kind of just held on to the ball too long.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel bad for him because like holy shit, if he's getting carted off the field and Jimmy G starts winning games, he's never seeing the field again this year. Like, oh, that sucks. That sucks for him.
I will say, I'm expecting next to nothing out of the Bears this year, but that game gave me a glimmer of hope for the future. Not this season, but for the future.
Yeah, like they're not winning tonight. I'm not even gonna fucking entertain that conversation. Like all my friends are like, oh, you know, the Bears could pull it off tonight. Shut the fuck up. You guys have never watched a Bears-Packers game in your life. The Bears were so disciplined last week. I guarantee you there's gonna be 3 penalties tonight where everyone's just gonna be looking around like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Because every time we play the Packers, there's just some mind-numbing shit going on every time. Mm-hmm. Like the fact that they have been remotely competitive the last 5 times they've played the Packers is ridiculous. Actually, no, 4 out of the last 5, because there was that one time with Mitch where they just got their fucking teeth kicked in. Mm-hmm. But like both times they played him with Fields, like they played good in the first half at Lambeau and then didn't make any adjustments. That gives me a little more faith for this game because Eberflus seems like a second half coach. Like every preseason and regular season game, they have made great second half adjustments.
Yeah. Oh, the first half of the game, like last week, I was like, this is awful. And then they came out in the second half, and I'm like, this is not the same team that was out here in the first half.
Yeah. And that gives me faith when they do stuff like that. And you don't take penalties. You play the right way on offense and defense. You're gonna win more than you lose. It's just like until you beat Aaron Rodgers, I'm not gonna pick you.
Yeah,
so.
Like the towel penalty, I'm not too mad about, considering it seemed like literally not even the announcers.
That was so dumb. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like that's the most Bears penalty ever, by the way.
Exactly.
Finally get the field goal range. Sorry, you put the towel on the field and wiped away water. 15 yards. Yes. Get the fuck out of field goal range. Like. Oh man! But if they win tonight, Pierce, you will hear unholy things out of my mouth. I am not. shutting up on
and that's saying something.
I am not shutting up on social media. Holy
I'm not either.
Shit! Like, it won't happen. It just won't happen. But oh my god, I can't believe Trey Lance got hurt.
If the Bengals lose, not only to the Steelers last week, but lose to the Cowboys this week, we're the only team to not get a touchdown last week. I think I might already have to revoke my Bengals fandom.
Yeah, you guys lose to Cooper Rush. That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Dude, and yeah, leg injury and an air cast. Oh, no. No. Fuck. That's a leg injury for Lance. That's not good.
Oh,
that's not good. Fuck. That makes me sad. Oh, well. I wanted to see him do well, just not against my team. And he didn't, so we're good.
All right. So yeah, that's football. We should talk about football more. We're always so much happier when we talk about football. Hockey is just depressing. I've noticed.
I mean, it's the off season.
Yeah. Things are gonna start in like less than a month or so, but yeah, it's just football. Football is so hype, even though it's like you're only playing team only plays once a week. Like that's the event, you know. So definitely in the future, we're gonna have to live stream. of an NFL game, whether it's the Bears or whatever the hell else, or if it's like a marquee matchup. Anyways, so to transition into hockey, there'll be probably football updates over the course of the show because there's still a lot of big games being played. My Bengals are playing the Cowboys right now. It looks like
and they're losing because Cooper Rush just got a rushing touchdown. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
We're so
they give the Cowboys their first touchdown of the season. Oh, that's amazing. God.
Well, it's just every team I cheer for now. Just it's like it's the opposite.
Here,
of my
root for Colorado. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, might have
to.
Might
be an
have to
Oh man. Speaking of which, I have a great question that we're going to use the Leafs on when we get to our Q&A.
Are we going to do it now or later?
We could do a Q&A session now because I got a couple questions.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let's just do scattered order. Let's do the questions now.
Fuck it, we're all over the place. Fuck it, we're going live. Exactly, we're all over the place today.
Well, yeah, we're basically doing reverse order because I want to talk about football last, but then we were like talking about me and Schmitty were talking about it before we started the podcast, and I'm just like, no, we gotta lead off with that. Come on now. And then Twitter questions will last. So yeah, we'll go reverse order for this one.
Woo!
Why not?
Why not?
What you have questions, right, Schmitty? Because
I got them on my phone. Right, they texted me questions. So
okay, yeah. The first one I have from Liam, aka at large ball, like Kevin Ball, the defenseman. It's quite the Twitter name. He asks. This is actually an interesting question. He asks, over or under 45 points for Jonathan Toews this year.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's going to be really easy to say under.
Yeah.
Can I say right on the line? Like, I think he's going to be like 40, 45. Like, because he had a good second half, and he's not going to go 25 games without a goal this year. That's just not happening. Yeah, I'm going to go with like right on the line.
That's not happening.
Like, I'm going to go with like right on the line. Sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Because like last year too, he was coming off of like not playing for literally an entire season, and it took him a while to kind of get back in the groove. But at the same time, I feel like he's always had a little bit better, like more of a defensive game than anything. So I don't know. I've been thinking like on the line.
I'm gonna
say, you know what? I'm gonna be a half glass full kind of guy. I'm going to say Jonathan Toews scores 47 points this year.
How about that? Pierce with optimism?
I know. But yeah, I know. It's going to be so close. Like that's such a good one. Like 45 points just seems right in the ballpark of like what Jonathan Toews is going to get. I don't know if he's going to hit 50. I don't know if he's not that bad of a player where he's going to get less than friggin' 40 points unless he has injury problems, which could be a thing. But, if he can just be decent enough, if he wants to get out of there and a team will actually give up something for him and he can go to play for Stanley Cup winning team, everyone wins, I think.
Yeah, he just needs to be better. So
yeah,
we'll just see if he can actually be better. Because like if he wants to go win somewhere, he's got to like actually be worth trading. So.
Yeah, as opposed to like Patrick Kane, like even if he had like a bad start or something or is not up to snuff at the trade deadline to what he usually is, he's still probably going to get quite a lot because he's Patrick Kane and he's been a guy who's got 100 points in the past and flirted with 50 goals, and it's Patrick Kane. But Jonathan Toews, he's got a lot more to prove. If he wants to get out of there, like you gotta step up. It's going to be tough this year because they don't really have the quality of line mates, but it's not like you're playing with a bunch of AHL guys. Like they'll have guys like Reichel. I don't know if he's going to be on the team, but like Athanasiou is going to be there, like Kurashev, Radish. Like there's some guys.
Sam Lafferty.
Yes, sir. And Colin Blackwell. They're playing with Jonathan Toews. Let's go.
Let's
not gonna lie, kind of forgot Athanasiou came to Chicago until just now, but that's fine.
Hopefully he can stay healthy because he was playing well in LA. It's just like he could never stay healthy.
Well. No.
Also, Domi seems to be pretty happy in Chicago, so good. Like at least we got someone who's happy to be here.
Not necessarily the biggest Domi fan, but at least he's happy to be here.
I'm a fan of the way he plays on the ice for my hockey team. When he plays against my hockey team, fuck off. That's kind of the way I think about it. Pierce and I talked about. Sorry, Pierce.
Oh, I was just gonna say Athanasiou had 11 goals in 28 games last year, 17 points, 28 games. So yeah, it was
solid. I mean, just gotta stay healthy. Yeah. But like my big thing with Domi is like Pierce and I talked about this when they were stinking it up last year all year. You got to have someone who's going to stick up for your teammates. And at least Domi's going to do that and not be a sieve besides that. Like that's not the only thing he does. He actually can score.
Yeah.
He's proven that if he gets put with skill players, he can put up points. Like stuff like that makes me think Taves is going to probably get 45 points. Like that part of me thinks that. But
47 points.
Oh yeah, sorry, Peters, 47. But yeah, I agree. So I got 2 questions from Nick here. It's kind of like a 2-parter. The first part is like, who do we think is going to be a breakout player this year? Like, I guess we could each pick one.
Cole Sillinger and Adam Bogfin.
That cursed image.
I have one. If he already didn't break out, Matt Boldy on Minnesota.
Ooh, yeah, like full season breakout. I get what you mean. Because his second half was like, when they called him up, he was unreal for Minnesota.
Yeah, but he doesn't have Kevin Fiala this year, so he's gonna have to prove that he's the guy. But I think he's skilled enough for that's a guy that could get like 60 or so points, give or take.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and just because I think they got deeper as a team, this guy is like, when I say breakout, I don't think he's gonna be like 60, 70 points, but he's gonna break out and like take the next step in his development. I think Byfield's going to take a step this year. Like he had a full year.
There's too much skill there.
Exactly. Like glue him to Fiala for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Just I still really like Byfield's game, man. I really think he could flourish somewhere. If it's not in LA, because like he might be used as a trade asset down the line.
Chicago, let's go.
Bingo, baby.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I think the people would like that. But besides that, though, like I'm like trying to like think on the list. Like a lot of guys already broke out. That's kind of the thing. So it's gonna be like, who's the rookie that steps in, maybe? But I don't know. Besides, that's probably my go-to is Byfield right now.
Like this one could go literally either way. But now that Kirby Doc's on a new team, I feel like he can have a hell of a season. But again, being on a new team, he's either gonna like go all out, or he's gonna like just not be there at all.
It depends on how. Like, I hope he does well. St. Louis really does know how to get to his players. So
right, that's kind of what I'm thinking. He has a chance, but I feel like I could literally go either way.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, glue him to Caulfield. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, let's. You know what? Also, like a big breakout. I think Stutzla's going to hit that next level of like 60, 70 point player because I think his career high is like 50, right? So
yeah, he had like 55 or something points last year. Like,
yeah, he should take that next step.
Power plays points, but like he's going to be playing with the Brinke. He's going to be playing with Giroux, so he's going to. I'd imagine he's going to be able to take that step 5-on-5 because he's just all the tools he has there to be like a playmaking center and a guy that just moves pucks through the middle of the ice and all that stuff. He's gonna be pretty good.
I just remember my breakout player. I'm canceling everything. It's Matty Beniers. I don't even know why I'm saying this. Jesus.
Why was this even
a hard question? It's fucking Beniers. Like he's.
I just thought like we that was like
consensus.
Like we knew that. Yeah, we didn't have to talk about that. You know.
No, we need to talk about that. Bring up Seattle every podcast.
True. And Shane Wright might be
actually bring up Seattle every podcast as I am wearing a Kraken shirt right now.
Hell yeah. Well, wearing a Bears jersey, just represent.
Yeah, just representing 2 terrible franchises. Anyways, the next part of the question was what's one team you think that could probably regress this year?
Florida.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think I want to go Toronto. I kind of want to go Boston too, just because Boston's getting older. They're a year older, but like.
Listen, I thought, like, I'm pretty sure like this time last year when you did like early picks, I think I said my early favorite for winning the cup was Boston, and just didn't even look possible.
They were just pedestrian.
Like, early on, I'm like, oh, I messed up with that.
They came on, but then they had to face Carolina in the first. Like they gave them all they could handle. It's just yeah.
And if I had another one, Minnesota.
Yeah,
because they're gonna count on Fleury for 60 games or something.
Yeah, that's right. No more Talbot. He's in.
Or Kakinen.
Yeah, Phil Gustafson's the backup there, I believe.
Yeah, that's a big question mark. Also, you got a lot of career highs out of a lot of players, so we'll see if they
can. Or Kevin Fiala either. Yeah, they.
Oh my God!
Yeah, a bit of a tough road ahead of them, but Mark.
Yeah, but they got Brock Faber.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. And they have no centers. Oh wait, no, they got Sam Steele. My bad. They're good.
Yeah, that's right. They got Sam Steele. I forgot about that. No, but if there's a guy that's gonna come up and help them, Marco Rossi, dude.
Oh yeah.
He had COVID that one year. Like it was really bad for him. Like you didn't know if he was gonna be able to play hockey again.
It's like 9 months or something, right?
Yeah.
Like,
as long as he's not torturing the Blackhawks, I just hope he kills it.
Yeah, that's happening. Don't even.
That's
anything, bro.
Kind of wishful thinking. Yeah,
it's happening.
Don't worry, Connor Bedard will help combat that, and Quentin Byfield because he's getting traded for Connor Murphy. Because
if that actually happened, I'd do laps around the United Center screaming, "Oh my god!" Joy.
We would have to do gross, unholy, unspeakable things on a live stream or something. You'll not get.
Byfield gets traded for a defensive defenseman. I'd laugh I'd laugh all the way home.
I would raffle copter all over the floor. That's what I would do. But yeah, Florida's my pick. Not necessarily missed the playoffs, but they won the friggin' President's Trophy this year. They might be in a wild card spot position.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, how big of a loss is Uyghur going to be in the regular season?
Oh, dude, their defense.
I like Forsling, but.
Yeah, Ekblad, he's a really great defense. I don't think he gets talked about how enough of a great defenseman he is. Injuries over the past couple of years, and then the depth after that, you have Forsling, Montour. Is Radko Gudas still there? Either way, it's and Paul Maurice is your head coach. It's not like he's like a Barry Trotz coach where he just comes in there and makes an average defensive core good. No, it's gonna be tough, but I still think they'll make the playoffs.
They should. They got too much forward depth, even with Duclair out till January.
And that's another thing.
Yeah, but. I mean, you got to hope Kachuk and Barkov probably go off. That's probably – I mean, that's obviously what they're hoping. But,
seems like a lot's being banked on that, a lot of Florida Panthers players had – this is a thing. We were talking about, I think, the other podcast. Florida and Calgary are just so similar. They've been great regular season teams, and, they've gotten career years out of their players, and they fall short in the playoffs every time. And it's they're in that same boat. And it's funny that they made that huge trade with each other.
And it's funny because we talked about it. Calgary probably got better at the end of the day.
Yeah,
they got deeper. That's for sure.
It's really more tailored to a Daryl Sutter type of game.
Mm-hmm. All that just to lose to Edmonton again. Woohoo!
Yes, sir.
Lose to a bad Edmonton team where Mike Smith is trying to hand you the series. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. I remember live streaming those games when Mike Smith let in a goal from center ice, and
I remember that.
Dude, if you told me 3 months before the playoffs that Jacob Markstrom was going to be the reason the Flames lost to the Oilers in the playoffs, he gets out goalied by Mike Smith, I'd be like, you're crazy. No, out goalied by Mike Smith, but Mike Smith still has a 900. That's the problem.
If that, I don't even think.
I remember that game because I think that's when I was still interning, and I went to bed 5 minutes before that happened, and I woke up to you guys just blowing up my phone, and I'm like, what happened?
And the funny part about that was it was we were all on delays. I think I had the first one. I'm like, oh no, what's a goal from center? And then every 5 seconds, everyone's just oh my god, and you see the reaction. It's hilarious.
Everyone was just you could see everyone's brain melt simultaneously. It was great.
But they somehow ended up winning that game. That just feels like when you let that in, it's no, you're done. But no, they somehow won that game. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a good question. About the Bears.
And Bengals. He wanted score predictions for the Bears and Bills game.
Bengals are losing, and then that's it. I'm never watching football again.
I think the Bills are going to beat the Titans convincingly. That's not going to be close. The Titans did not look good.
Josh Allen, baby.
Yeah, Josh Allen's good.
I really don't know.
He's that guy.
I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's just
you got to be realistic too.
31-14 Packers.
Yeah. Also, it feels like every time the Bears play the Packers, there's all these random phantom penalties that aren't actually penalties called against the Bears, and it's just well, that wasn't actually a penalty, but of course it's Bears Packers, so you're gonna do everything you can to help out Rodgers.
Yeah, what? What? No.
The league's helping out their star players. No way.
We're just delusional. It's not like retired refs come out every time there's a Bears Packer game and go, I don't know about that call.
I will never forget. This was probably a couple years ago. And the guy I was dating at the time was a diehard Packers fan. Forced me to go meet his parents, who are also diehard Packers fans, during a Bears-Packers game. And I was like, I really don't want to do this because my heart's with the Bears. And I remember I watched the play. The Bears hit the Packers player, a normal tackle, but like their shoulder pads hit each other or something, so it made a loud noise. So it was like unnecessary roughness. I'm like, that's not what that is. That's a tackle where he just happened to like they hit their pads together or something. And then he told me how I was so wrong. I'm like, no, that's not how football works.
There was I remember two of those places. There was one where there was 2 years ago, Jalen Johnson just lit up Alan Lazard. I remember that. That was clean as a whistle.
Yeah.
But then there was the one like 5 years ago where Danny Trevathan just went
Let's go!
helmet to helmet right to the
7-3
fucking
now.
dome with I think that was when Devontae Adams was like a third-year player. And Danny Trevathan just fucking went actually ripped his helmet off, helmet to helmet. Like probably one of the nastiest helmet to helmet hits I've seen in a minute.
I remember that.
And then they were like there's still Bears. Like there's times where I'll complain about penalties, but there's a fucking line. Let's just put it that way. Like you'll see people be like, that's not a penalty. My brother in Christ, the crown of the helmet is in his teeth. Like you need to.
I'm like pretty realistic usually. When I watch that, I'm like, I watch every angle I could. I'm like, literally, it just made a noise.
It's just the shoulder pad to the shoulder pad.
Yeah. Fun fact, when two things that are made out of plastic hit each other really hard, it's gonna know.
What?
No way. Like it's
Crazy, I know.
Crazy concept. It's man.
Like usually I'm pretty reasonable, but I was like, okay.
As you can see, Pierce, we're so excited for Bears Packers. It's just I can't wait to see what the call is this year. Wonder if we get a phantom taunting call on prime time again. That'll be fun.
I remember that.
Yeah, let's get one of
blocked it out
those.
of my memory, but I was, I'm glad you brought that back into my memory.
I don't block that kind of shit. I just remember it every time. Also, let's not let Aaron Rodgers beat us on Percocets. Please. That would be great. Because that shit was so fucking bad 4 years ago. Oh my God. Worse than what Tua. If I was a Ravens fan, that's bad what just happened. But Aaron Rodgers perked up on painkillers, throwing 80-yard bombs in your team is the most demoralizing thing on earth.
Oh yeah.
It's
Perk 80 through 80 yards. Well,
I'm not gonna lie. I swear every year I hate Rodgers more and more.
He's
I'm
such
like,
a prick.
Yeah. I'm literally just retire already so I don't have to see your stupid face anymore.
Someone said it a long time ago. He just always has to be the smartest man in the room, and I can never unsee it now.
Yeah. No, you're really not wrong.
Yeah, he's so fucking annoying. Oh my God. Anyway, let's stop talking about football. Do you have another question, Pierce?
No, that was pretty much it. That was just Jacob asking the football predictions.
All right, and then my brother had a question.
The Bengals did get a field goal, so suicide.
We're on the board.
Yes, sir. Bengals fandom still intact for the time.
Oh, we already answered Brian's question. You want to talk football anyway? We already got to that whole thing. Oh, Brian's Seahawks hurt Trey Lance. Good shit.
Let's go.
Jesus Christ. And they took the touchdown off the board. Haters. All right. Anyways, Jimmy G threw a 38-yard touchdown. This league stinks. God damn it. Trey Lance is never seeing the field again. He's literally never seeing the field again. This sucks. All right. What's next, Pierce?
If we're still going in reverse order. Early award predictions, Hart, Norris, Vesna, Selke. That's what I just wrote down. Obviously Connor McDavid, but I
was call me crazy, guys. I think McDavid might win this one.
Yeah.
What about the voter fatigue? He won the other year. He can't win every year.
Well, fine. It's Dreisaitl's year. He wins every other year. Let's go. Give it to Draisaitl.
Yeah, they just alternate every other year.
There we go. No, actually, Dreisaitl's my pick, though. For the Hart, for sure.
I am trying to think of what could potentially be a dark horse pick. Again,
Cale Makar.
Cale Makar, yeah, just Kirill Kaprizov. That's I've been last year, he had a Hart caliber worthy season, but then there was 10 guys in front of him that had a Hart caliber worthy season. If Minnesota's going to be good again, it's going to be because Kirill Kaprizov is making Matt Zuccarello a 90-point player and playing with fucking Ryan Hartman as a center. God bless him, but it's not
actuals.
But yeah, you know what? I'll be different. I'll just go Kirill Kaprizov because not Connor McDavid. That's too easy.
Reagan, who's your pick?
I mean, David. Honestly,
going out on a limb here.
Yeah.
So what's next? We got Norris.
Yeah, Norris Trophy.
Charlie McAvoy, he's finally going to get his fucking respect and get a 50-point season so he can
No,
win
but
Norris.
he doesn't play on the power play.
But no, he doesn't score 90 points. He doesn't score a bajillion points like Roman Yossi. Oh, no.
Dude, Roman Yossi almost had like the best season by a defenseman in almost 30 years.
No, and he still didn't win the Norris.
Yeah.
Looks good on
Okay, I'm blinking. Who won the Norris last year?
It was McCarr.
Okay.
He had like 30 goals or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty good player, I'd say, but
Yeah.
I guess he's all right. So.
Yeah, Charlie McAvoy's my pick, though. I don't care how much it's a dumb pick.
You know what? I'll go with you. You and I have been like big Charlie McAvoy fans. So
I mean, I'm kind of with you guys on that one, to be honest.
Yes, we're naming this the Charlie McAvoy. We are now Charlie McAvoy Norris advocates. This is what this is.
I love McAvoy.
Because like they gave Fox his, they gave McCarr his, they gave Yossi his. Like this is kind of how they do the Norris. No one wins back to back anymore.
it's like literally Leonardo DiCaprio for the Revenant.
Yeah.
Like even if it's not your best year, you're still
37-year-old Mark Giordano. Come on down.
I mean, my only pick would probably be Yossi, but
yeah.
you
know what? Another dark horse pick, Heiskanen. I'm throwing Heiskanen in there too because he's super good. And now without Klingberg, he's probably to get more power play time. So that'll be interesting. Selke, I mean, come on, like
Bergeron again. No,
we're really having this conversation. Bergeron at like 35 won it again. Like, come on now.
I'm just I'm just trying to like think outside the box. Maybe some dark.
Joel Eriksson, Anthony Cirelli. If you can get like 50 points, maybe you'll win it. Like dead ass, if Anthony Cirelli can have a 60-point season, he probably wins the Selke. Dead ass. He just never gets the offensive production that people think he does. He gets like
as well. I'm pretty sure he like.
That's a good one.
Goals last year.
He had like 27, I believe. 50-point season.
Right there, yeah.
Solid. I mean, you can never count out like a dark horse like Kopitar just having a great defensive season out of nowhere. Barkov's another one. Ooh, no, Sean Couturier. That's my pick.
He was injured all last year, wasn't he? Or like a good portion of it.
Like 70 games.
John Tortorella is gonna mold him into that defensive center. Even though
John Tortorella is gonna fucking love Sean Couturier though. Like that is a fact. No, I'm picking him though, 100%. Sean Couturier is my pick. Final answer.
Okay, Vezina Trophy.
Ooh.
I'm
Fleury. I'm gonna go Fleury again. Again, I'm just gonna go Minnesota. Like if Minnesota makes the playoffs, it's gonna be because Fleury's gonna be carrying a big part of that load.
Logan Thompson, baby, let's go. We're excited.
Michael Hutchinson as their backup or whoever. No, Aiden Hill because they acquired him. That was a thing.
You know what? I'm gonna go this player just because if they make the playoffs and they're good, it's only gonna be because of him. UC Saros.
Yeah, I thought about UC Saros too.
Yeah, I mean Vasilevsky's the obvious choice, but
yeah, I was gonna say Vasilevsky. It's like
I'm the advocate that Vasilevsky should have about 3 more Vezina trophies than he does, but we're just not gonna get into that.
Yeah, when you're the best player at every position. Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of the Lightning being good, but you know, it's hard when you have a goalie that's that freaking good.
Yeah.
Dark horse, Jeremy Swayman on Boston, though that might be tough because they do play a tandem.
Yeah.
And
Jennings, they could win the Jennings.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think you need to be like 50, 55 games to win a Vezina, or at least be in consideration for it.
I love Swayman, but like you said, they just kind of go back and forth so much that it'd be hard to.
We're gonna split the Vezina this year.
Hey, another one. Thatcher Demko.
Listen, if Boston's goalie tandem is that good, you may as well just split it and give half to each.
Just gonna chop that motherfucker in half. Here you go. Here you go, Linus. Here you go, Jeremy. Have a wonderful offseason. The fuck am I supposed to do with this?
This is worth nothing to me.
This is worth nothing. They start duct taping it back together.
This is ours.
It's a real gentleman's trophy. It shows true grit. Yes. Duct tape back together.
That should be the leadership per 60 award there.
I think this is one we're all gonna have different answers. Calder. What are we going?
Yeah, I didn't have Calder in there, but I wanted to bring that up.
Because like it could be. You can't take.
There's a lot of good rookies out there though, because like Shane Wright is also. I don't know if he'll win a Calder, but like he could have potentially be on Seattle. Kent Johnson on Columbus. Like Brady.
Kent Johnson's gonna be sick.
Basically, anyone that like was drafted within the last couple of years, because like a lot of the players that were drafted in 2021 played in college and then kind of worked their way into the NHL. Then you're like Owen Powers there too. 2022, I don't know. I don't even know if Slafkovsky's gonna be in the NHL. Like,
bro, did you see him Madi that check? Of course he's gonna be up. Come on.
Yeah, did you see him going head down against prospects and he just happened to knock a gut because he's like 240 pounds?
Dude, he's like the heaviest player in the NHL. Oh my god,
Yeah.
the fucking Cowboys scored again.
No,
dude, this is awesome.
Bengals, what are you doing?
Bengals, what happened?
Oh God.
What happened?
no joke moment now.
Oh man.
It's the Bengals losing, not all what the Blackhawks have done to me. No, just a football team I haven't been following for a calendar year. That's it.
What was that, Pierce?
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's just like second game as an NFL fan, already going senile. You gotta love it. I don't know. I was gonna pick Beniers, but now that you picked him, probably. I mean, maybe Marco Rossi if he could like actually get a good roster spot. I mean, Kent Johnson's a good pick. I'm trying to like think of someone else though. Like, there's another one I'm missing. There's no defenseman coming up this year, are there? Like,
other than like Owen Power, like Simon Edvinsson, I think might make the NHL, but I don't know if he's gonna produce enough to get a Calder.
You know what? I'll go Kent Johnson, but my dark horse, I'm putting Jack Quinn on there if he makes the NHL. Because he'll just get a fuck ton of goals.
A guy who scored a spinorama goal with the Sharks, William Eklund, might make the Sharks this year.
Wild Bill Eklund.
Wild Bill. Anyone named William is just their wild.
He or Thomas Bordelot. There you go. There are 2 picks. But yeah.
Yeah, that's it for it. It was more like not like to predict like a winner, but more just like throw names out there and be like, yeah, watch for this guy. He's gonna have a great year.
Oh yeah. Basically, just watch Seattle.
Yeah,
Jake Sanderson could be one too, depending on where he slots out of camp and whatnot. He might just get in DJ Smith's doghouse like Eric Brandstrom, but you know,
come to Chicago. Let's go.
Let's friggin' go. Get excited, Leafs Nation.
Because how can we make this about the Leafs?
Dude, because Matt Nyes is winning the fucking Calder along with Nick Robertson. Come on now.
No, the random 5'7" guy that was playing in their prospect camp. He's going to get signed an NHL contract.
They're both winning it. They're going to split the Calder too, just like the Vezina.
What if?
Come on now. It's their Stanley Cup.
What if just the whole line wins it and you cut in the thirds? How about that?
No, my boy Kurt Doug's winning it. My boy Kurt Doug, 6'8", 4th line center. He's winning it. Who needs Pierre Engvall when you have Curtis Douglas?
Okay, Curtis Douglas Calder. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, Curtis Douglas Calder. That's what we got at us. Actually, Lucas Reichel. Anyways, let's continue.
No, he's gonna win AHL MVP.
Nah, bro, did you hear him? He's gonna make the NHL team. That's what he wants to do. And then he's gonna get sent down because Kyle Davidson says no.
No, I don't.
Not be a part of this losing culture. Sorry.
What's the Iron Man quote? Like, final warning, stay down. Lucas Reichel, I can do this all day.
Lucas Reichel after his 9th call up this year. Stay down. Final warning.
He's just like getting 5 points. It's just like a picture of Lucas Reichel in a style line, just like 6 points a game. It's like, I could do this all day.
Honestly, if he was doing that this year, I'd be so happy. He's just like outperforming so much in the AHL that they have to call him up. That would make me kind of happy.
Force their hands.
Listen, always nice to get a forced hand once in a while.
Yeah. I don't know what the opposite of that would be, but unforced hand. So we get to talk about this. Yeah, Evander Kane gets grievance settlement from Sharks and Oilers.
Boo.
Boo. Boo.
Boo. I can't believe that dude has a multi-year contract again. Boo.
Yeah. I swear, like every team, like the Blackhawks, I cheer for them. Obviously, the whole Kyle Beach stuff happens, and then
congrats to Kyle Beach, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wanted to do a whole segment.
Oh, we'll save it to the end.
Yeah, exactly. We'll end it off on some good news.
My bad.
But heard the Hockey Canada shit, and then now I cheer for the Oilers one playoff run. It's like, oh, they might sign Jake Virtanen now. And
no.
Duncan Keith's like a development coach on the team still. Like, what the fuck's going on over? Did you hear McDavid's quote when he was talking about Hockey Canada? Like, oh my goodness, that was awful. Like,
I didn't hear it, and I don't know if I want to.
No, I don't think it's worth it.
Do we want to even bring it up? Like, we could. All right, what's this not?
If you don't know, then
I don't know it verbatim, but all I know is he basically just said, "I'm so proud to be a part of Hockey Canada, even though I know what's going on is bad."
Yikes!
Like, it's just rough for everybody in this situation, you know. It's rough equally for everyone.
Shut the. Bad. It's just like backhand McDavid. Wake up.
Gross fucking spine.
Jesus Christ.
Literally, like, Cale Makar, like, brought it up, like, talked about it, and he just said the bare minimum. Like, that's so much better. That's how low the bar is. For the NHL. Good God.
Sad.
And it's the whole fucking hockey culture. No, we can't speak out and do the right thing. No, it's like, no, but I like Hockey Canada. They've done so much for me. You know, there can't just be like, okay, maybe what they're doing is wrong. You know,
maybe
like,
there's just
not even that. Yeah, maybe. God, I don't want to talk about it. It's
bad. That's all I have to say about that. Like, I didn't. Like, why is it like every week there's just a new story? It's just great. It's just great. Great sport, guys. But yeah, we want to be a mainstream sport like the big three. Fuck out of here. You'll never be a part of that.
No, the NHL being fourth is always too generous, I find. Like,
they're not even fourth. They're like fucking fifth.
Yeah. If that,
I put college sports above them any day of the week.
Dude, freaking tennis is above hockey. Are you kidding me? Like,
dude. Like, no, when hockey's the butt of the joke on every other media show, that should tell you something. That's all I'm going to say. And they deserve to be the butt of the joke right now. 100%. And, this is about Evander Kane still. Other shithead that also deserves to not be in the league. Congratulations. You get your money now. This is so stupid. I hate this league. I hate this league so much.
That's never going to change.
I wish they would have just like dumped an $11 million cap hit on one of the teams. Like, just make them have a $7 million dead
just
cap
the
hit.
Dumbass tax. Fuck you for employing this guy. You know?
No, like, it's stupid, dude. So stupid. This league never ceases to fail. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. One step forward, two steps back. That's their motto.
They always find a way to sink deeper into the Earth's crust and closer to hell.
It's kind of sad, honestly.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say about it.
I don't even know how to wrap that up. It's just like, no.
Like, great. Shitheads get second chance in league that should not be giving these dudes second chances. But they score goals, so we have to. Dude, did you see his playoff performance? How could you not sign him? Yeah, I saw his playoff performance. He didn't do shit in the conference final when they needed him most. Jesus Christ.
Literally tapping Merchant like he had sit on a platter.
He got a natural hat trick all on tap-ins. Like, it was so fucking...
On 2-on-1s, all done by, like, McDavid and Draisaitl.
I thought this management group learned you could put a pile on McDavid's winning to get 30. They did it with Pat fucking Maroon 5 years ago. Like, come on.
They did it with Alex Chase on. Like, got, like, 20 goals, I think.
Dude, I have no sympathy for organizations like that. It's just... If they stink this year, oh, no. But at least you got your guy for 5 years. Fucking losers.
What do you say all the time, Schmitty? Looks good on you.
Looks fucking good on you, honestly. Oh my god, can't stand the Oilers, bro. And I want to root for them too, but
I do too. I freaking live here. It was so fun watching them go far, but now it's like, no, we gotta sign Vander Kane. No, we're gonna think about signing Jake Virtanen, even though he's like a shitty NHL player. Like, there's literally nothing. Just not that you should be playing in the NHL anyways. If you're a good player and you're a bad person, they've done horrible things.
Like, Evan Rodriguez is on the market. No, let's go for Jake Virtanen.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler Mott's on the market. Now let's go for Jake Virtanen.
Not only Edmonton, freaking Calgary and Washington were in on them.
Washington doesn't surprise me. They were in on Evander Kane too. Yeah, they just want to win. They're shitheads. Like, they don't give a fuck. They're throwing human decency out the window right now. They're trying to win. Well, and that's been very clear for the last 2 years. So whatever. Like,
yeah, if we always just talk about this forever, we're gonna be going in circles and nothing will change that. So we'll just move on to the next culture. Speaking of bad cultures in Western Canadian teams, the Winnipeg Jets have stripped Blake Wheeler of the captaincy.
I was okay. So, like, can I tell you this real quick? Because when this, like, I woke up like 2 days ago, or wherever this came
What,
out.
you woke up?
I woke up to it because I'm a woke leftist, yo. Like, no, but I woke up to this and I just see everyone losing their minds. And I see Darren Dreger meat riding Blake
Fucking
Wheeler,
carrying
and
the
I'm
water for them. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, guys. Like, shocker, known shithead in the locker room that has had multiple terrible things said about him by multiple star players in that
Patrick
organization.
Laine, who was the other person?
I feel like Dustin Bufflin said some shit about him too.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
He did.
Like, don't quote me on that though. I'm not gonna get quoted on that. But like, dude, it's just a toxic organization, and he's the hell of it at the captain. You are the reason this is going on in the room. You're letting it happen. You're letting these toxic fumes spew. Like, it's just whatever. Like, I have no sympathy for them. And then, like, you know, the fact that this is even a story is stupid. Like, I'm sorry. It was a story when Joe Thornton lost his captaincy, okay? Because you want to know why? Joe Thornton's actually a good fucking hockey player. Jesus Christ. Blake Wheeler is the definition of a 60-point player. I can't
Gavin Hayes said he was better than him. And I believe
he is. He already fucking is because he can actually skate.
He got an assist against the Wild today.
No, and you know what? It makes me sad because, like, at the end of the day, Kirby Dach in my eyes always looked like Blake Wheeler if he was going to be good. And that's not a good thing in my eyes because Blake Wheeler is not how you win in this league nowadays. Slow, playmaking, only stays on the right wing, apparently toxic in the locker room. Like, looks good on you, bud. Looks good on you. Oh, no, but now I don't get my Widow C on my jersey. Maybe I'll request a trade and get out of this little shithole. Like, oh, my God, I can't stand the Jets, dude. Can't stand the Jets. Cannot stand the Jets. Like, they are wasting Connor Hellebuck and Kyle Connor.
Yeah.
Like,
yep. And Nikolai Ehlers.
Yeah, and honestly, Ehlers. Great point, Pierce.
The Jets have always been one of those teams that's just kind of irrelevant to me. And sometimes I forget they exist until there's like a really big story about them. And I'm like, oh, that's right.
Until like Mark Scheifele goes 200 feet up the ice and murders a player. Like, now I remember the Jets.
Like, they're never really all that good. And it just, they never do anything really. So
but they're never all that bad either. Like, they're just there, you know?
Because they have a really good top six. They've always had a really good top six.
They're just kind of there hanging out. And I just kind of forget about them sometimes. And I'm like, oh, right.
Oh, one more thing about Blake Wheeler. Remember, Mr. I can only play on the right side of the ice, will not play on the left wing, even if I have a 50-goal scorer on my right wing. I will not move off that right wing because that is my right wing. I am the captain. I say what goes. I literally can't stand Blake Wheeler. He is such a fucking loser. Oh, my God. He's such a fucking loser. He's such a fucking loser. And he's probably going to sit there and be like, you know, I'm the guy who made Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele good. No, bitch. You're the one dragging down Kyle Connor and Mike Scheifele on the fucking line, and the analytics show it. Like, oh, my God. I can't believe this is actually a story. This is so stupid. I can't stand it.
Yeah, and just like Darren Dreger saying, "Oh, it was a decision to help take the pressure off all them and put the leadership on the whole group." I'm like, that's. Could you imagine if this like happened to in Ovechkin and Washington when they just kept going on in the second round? There would be uproar, but now it's like it's just they're trying to spread everything. You need a captain. You need a guy that's gonna go out there at the end of the day. And I don't think it's because they wanted to spread the leadership around. No, Blake Wheeler's not a good captain. That's the whole thing.
You want to know what happened? Rick Bowness came in the fucking room and saw what was going on. He's like, no, this shit ain't happening. This shit ain't flying. I'm the biggest dog in the room. You're not. Get that fucking thing off his chest.
Get your ego, like
get your fucking ego in check. 100%, Pierce. Oh, and by the way, he hasn't had his ego in check in 15 fucking years. This guy walked out of Boston. This guy walked out of Arizona. He walked out of everything. He is a useless fucking player in my eyes. Jesus Christ. Oh, but I could pass for fucking 50 assists a year, and I'm 6'4", so I'm gonna get a job anywhere I go. Like, good for you, bud. Like, your anchor contract is the reason the Jets can't sign defensemen. And you're going to be a little
or anyone else
prick.
For that matter.
Yeah, and you're going to be a little stuck-up prick when actual good players walk through the door and want to play for this team. Dude, I'm glad you got the captains. This should have happened fucking years ago. This shit should have happened when the Line A shit was coming out last year. I'm sorry. Like, no, I'm hot.
Maybe that word gets around that to the NHL. When you're an asshole to players, maybe it will be like, maybe don't go to Winnipeg. Maybe don't play with that Blake Wheeler guy.
I already don't want to go to Winnipeg, but like now I don't want to go to Winnipeg even more. It's crazy. Like, don't want to go there for like actual living reasons, but like on ice, Why the fuck would I want
I
to
can't
go?
even play with a good hockey team with good people on it.
What the fuck was that quote that came out this offseason from the Winnipeg media guy, or like one of the guys who writes for the newspaper? He said, "I have never seen a more toxic locker room in my 30 years of covering the sport."
I totally believe it now.
Like, come on. You don't hear that kind of shit and just like wipe it to the side. That shit actually fucking means something when not only is it coming from the players, it's coming from the journalists, and it's coming from former employees of the organization. Like you said, Pierce, it's a fucking ego check. Wake the fuck up. Like, oh my God.
If you have a toxic locker room, you're not going to be good on the ice.
Nope.
Like,
and it shows on the ice. It shows on the ice. And it just, the reason I'm so adamant about this is just because they have so much top end talent. This should not be a problem.
But they're a regular playoff team at least.
They're making a semi-decent situation extremely difficult for no reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have a Vezina caliber goalie. You have a guy who just got almost 50 and 50 this year in Kyle Connor. If you look at it, I think he got 47 and 47, which is insane. Like,
Reagan.
Uh-oh.
We'll continue. Joe probably back. Yeah.
I know Mark Scheifele's analytics are great, and the guy's kind of a dick, but like he could score. Fucking Ehlers has taken a huge step the last 3 years. He's become their second best forward, probably. Maybe their best forward if you talk to some people. The fact that Neil Pionk's even a player is impressive on the team. He's a shithead too, by the way. Let's not get into that. Yeah, like literally I'm praying on the Winnipeg Jets downfall.
You know what? I'm not. You know what? I just hope they stay where they are because you want to know why? They'll just be stuck middling. Because if they are bad, that means they're going to get a good player, and then they'll just.
Well, they have Brad Lambert somehow, so that's a thing. And they have Rutger McGroarty.
Who, when he got drafted, there was like a whole section of Winnipeg fans.
Just went
like
nuts.
There must be like around 100. That was so funny. Drafted after Frank Nazar, by the way. Anyways, but yeah, I hope they stay mid. I hope they finish 10 to 15th, so that way they don't get a high draft pick. But they're like, oh, maybe we can make the playoffs next year, and then they're just stuck in they're the Minnesota Wild now. They passed it on to them. Well, the Minnesota Wild is
they're still the Minnesota Wild. So this is the thing. This is the thing. Like we got two Minnesota Wilds now.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. If you combine the Wild with the Jets, you have probably the best team in the NHL. Because like the Jets have all the shit the Wild need to be really fucking good. If you think about it. You throw Hellebuck on the Wild, you throw Scheifele on the Wild, you throw Kyle Carter on the Wild, and that team's probably like competing for a cup every year. But nope, we got to deal with Winnipeg being mediocre as fuck and having to deal with a toxic locker room story every other month because Blake Wheeler's a little crybaby. So that's great. Yeah, fucking coward. Oh my god.
Come on, coward. I hate you.
Like he has had a sour taste in my mouth since that Patrick Laine shit. Honestly, like this should have happened years ago. This was
long overdue.
Facts. And hopefully it starts, like you said, Pierce. Hopefully, maybe it starts a new regime in Winnipeg. Maybe they actually aren't the most toxic place on earth.
Yeah, the guy at the top of that, Kevin Cheveldayoff. By the way, part of all the Blackhawk shit.
Starts at the fucking top, Pierce. Oh my god, how is that fucking dude not fired? How is he
went back to Winnipeg, and that was like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, because Gary Bettman had a powwow with him for a day and said, "Oh, he did no wrong. We got to keep him because he makes his one big trade every 4 years. We need him."
What was the Gary? They'll have to go through me first to get back to the NHL. We'll have to see where they're at.
I hate this sport. Like, you see how excited I was when we were talking about football?
I know.
Like, it's so much fun. There's so much fun. Like, why do we have to talk about this shitty fucking sport? Oh my god! Like, the sport is great when they just don't get in their way. Just get out of the fucking way and let the sport actually be great. There's so many good things to talk about in the sport right now. Nope.
Just like Steve Dangle says, I love it. I'll love it when this sport is finally done or whatever it is.
Yep.
You know,
I'll love the sport when it's done. When it's done being made, I'll love it then. Oh, it's just.
We need another, I guess, more positive news. Jordan Kyrou signed an 8-year extension.
Good for him. I think he and Thomas got like matching deals.
Yeah, they got matching deals. I saw one that's like, no, it's like the Taves and King deal from a few years back. I'm like, have they even want to play? Oh no, they want to playoff round together, but that's it.
think Robert Thomas was a fourth liner when the Blues won the cup. But yeah, they're totally like Taves.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he has a cup now.
Yeah, like guy who broke out in his fourth season is totally like Taves and Kane, who checks notes were on their second cup in their fourth season. Yeah, totally. It's the same. Let's go, guys. Yeah, it's great. Love the little brother mentality from St. Louis. It's wonderful. But that's a great deal. Enough of me dunking on them. Yeah. I don't have a problem with the way Florida. I don't have a problem with the way St. Louis has structured their forwards. It's their back end I have a problem with. Because they have so many dudes locked up long term on the wrong side of 30.
But Justin Falk was apparently good last year, so everything's okay now.
Cool, man.
They gave like 4 years to Marco Scandella, and then
like what was that? Like what was the point of that? Like you don't need Marco Scandella. Like Colt Parayko 8 years. I get
goalies too. So.
Oh, but we forget the best one. They got rid of Alex Pietrangelo to give Torrey Krug a 7-year deal.
Yeah, that too. Like
I will never understand that. I don't care if a Blues fan could literally write me like a research paper on how it makes sense. I'm still gonna look at it, put in red ink. No, it doesn't make sense. Sorry. You traded your captain.
I just remembered.
Or didn't trade him. Didn't sign him. Sorry.
Noel Chari is in St. Louis. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. St. Louis scored again. Unbelievable. That's actually really. I forgot about that.
Like that. It's gotta be in like a hockey Twitter Hall of Fame there, like that.
Did the Blues just have like I talked about this with the Blues last year? Like they have just like the most well structured top 9, I think, in the league.
You could argue out of all the teams Colorado played, they gave them the best challenge.
Dude, honestly. And like we were talking about that last year when we were live streaming the games because it was like the only team that even was remote. Like Tampa wasn't even that close with them in the Cup final.
Not really. Yeah.
Tampa had maybe 2 games where they were like in stride with them.
Like they were literally Colorado was a Darren Helm goal away from like
game 7 or game 6 overtime at least.
Game 6 overtime.
And they blew like a couple 3-1 leads in that series. Like St. Louis, like once again, comes down to their fucking goaltending, and they don't have Ville Husso anymore, and Jordan Binnington sucks. Don't care what anyone says. So, but he has the Sabres. Don't care. Sucks. Don't care.
Don't care. Didn't ask.
Don't care. Sorry. No. In my world, he's a 40 overall. So.
That's right. Oh my god.
No, but yeah, that's a great deal for Kyrou though, because Kyrou's so sick too. Like some of those plays he makes in tight around the net are just like you can't teach that kind of stuff.
Demon.
Like Thomas has the instincts to just get those behind the back passes and shit, but Kyrou's got the instincts to find the quiet area of the ice, get open. Like oh my god, he had 2 just nasty dangle goals in the playoffs, if I remember correctly. Like he had one where he just like goes forehand back.
7 goals in 12 games, and he was 75
Sick.
Points. He's gross. He's
sick.
Gross.
Sick. And think about it, like they had like Braden Shen was like in and out of the lineup all year too. Like O'Reilly didn't have the best year. Like they could probably be better next year in theory if they stay healthy. Obviously, that face says it all, Pierce. It's just. Yay, the Blues are good again. Who's excited about that, guys? Yeah, but good for St. Louis. Hopefully he just doesn't score against my team anymore.
Louis. We kind of touched on it earlier. Evan Rodriguez, speaking of another central team making a signing, Evan Rodriguez signed a 1-year, $2 million contract.
He's the next Val Nichushkin.
I was gonna say that next Val Nichushkin, baby. So
on the same line as him too. Let's go.
He's gonna learn from the best.
Oh my god, it's gonna be.
He's gonna get the same contract. I saw he had I think he had like a 3 or 4 year contract on the table. Didn't take it. Fired his agent, and now he's in Colorado.
Who did he take? Who was the 4-year deal from though?
I don't know. I forget who said it. All I remember is it was like he got like a 3 or 4 year deal, and he just turned it down and fired his agent. And
it's probably Nashville. They love that, signing their fucking bottom 6 forwards to multi-year deals of $2 million.
And that's happened before. Like they gave Taylor Hall multi-years, and then look what happened with that.
Yeah, not great.
Might have been Nashville actually, but no, I mean, if there's a team you're gonna go to for 1 year, it's probably Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, it's your safest bet. I mean, you're going to get a look probably on the second line. Like,
dude, you might even play second line center with Kadri gone, or at least
play wing with Comfer and I don't know, Burakovsky's not there anymore. Like, who is on Colorado right now? Like Sampo Ranta? What the fuck's going on?
Alex Newhook. Like they
Alex Newhook's their second line center. Oh no! No, they actually have a good 22-year-old to put in. Oh, no. Fuck off. I hate this team.
They're too good.
They just pump them out like a machine. This is insane.
Yeah, Colorado will be fine, I think, personally.
Yeah.
They'll be all right.
Yeah.
Even with Goryev as their goalie, they'll be probably fine.
Yeah. Georgiev and Francouz. God damn it. Like, why are two teams that just have, like, very good offenses going with, like, bottom of the barrel goaltending? Because, like, Toronto's offense isn't terrible, but they're just you trusted Matt Murray and Alex Georgiev.
Yeah, literally,
guys.
Kyle Dubas's career is riding on Sam. At least with the Maple Leafs, Samsonov and Murray.
Yeah, and then who's gonna go to like Ottawa? Pierre, because Pierre's gonna get fired.
Oh, yeah, you've been friggin' Pierre.
No, he's gonna get promoted. He's gonna be the president.
Pierre Dorian is just gonna own the Ottawa Senators now, and then Kyle Dubas will be the GM.
The Senators just got frickin' Pierre, and he owns
Pierre Dorian just becomes the ruler of the overworld. That's what's gonna happen.
Jeweler Pierre, bring him to LeBreton Flats. Oh, jeez.
Nick Suzuki is the new Montreal Canadiens captain, the 31st in franchise history, and it's quite a list because there's like Henry Richard, there's Maurice Richard, there is John Beliveau, some of the greatest hockey players. Shea Weber, that's right. Pacioretty, Saku Koivu also there too. Like there's some Hall of Famers, all-time greats, and now Nick Suzuki is in that same going to be mentioned in the same breath as them.
But does he speak French? That's the question.
No,
is he a Francophone? No, get him off my team forever.
I remember, I forget what year it was. I think it was like 2012. They fired, I think it was Jacques Martin. They hired a non-English speaking head coach. He lasted there for, I think, a month. And the big thing was he didn't speak English. Or didn't speak French. They would love that, probably. But, yeah.
I mean, like, to be fair, he's young. He could probably just take a fucking Duolingo class and he'll be good.
He's 23, man. Like, he already said he wants
to learn how to say get pucks in deep, get pucks in the net. Just that's all you got to learn how to say.
We'll be good to go.
Yeah. And say we.
Yeah, Jesus. But no, but that's good because like that's good for Montreal because now they're like officially committing to the youth. I feel like yeah, a little change of the guard.
We got a new generation coming in, you know. 100%.
Young player, you know he's gonna be there for a while.
Got him locked up. He's good defensively.
He's on his first year of his contract, like
right.
8 years, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a good deal. I mean, it should be a good deal. Like if they score, that's the big thing. Like I don't know, because like isn't the duality of Nick Suzuki right now like under St. Louis he wasn't that good defensively, but like under Ducharme he was good defensively. I don't know. I saw something about that with his analytics, so I'm curious to see if they let him play that full number one center game.
He had 61 points in 82 games last year.
Solid.
All right, and. Yeah, like this the guy has 143 points in 209 career games. He's only 23. He's your signed for 8 years. Like he's gonna be there for a while. Like it's everything you hear about him. Like they're moving on. Like Shea Weber's out. Carey Price isn't gonna play like that. Basically, the team that made it to the Stanley Cup final in 2021, that fever dream, like. Pretty much that whole team is gone now. They've moved on. Like their direction is different. They're rebuilding, but then you got a bunch of young guys coming up. Like I like that decision to go into the future with someone new. And yeah,
100%. I'm curious to see who gets the A's for the team now.
Yeah. I think Edmondson and Gallagher did.
That's smart. Yeah, I was gonna say because like Gallagher's like you would think Gallagher might be the choice for captain, but like it's kind of good that they go.
I already didn't want it, or at least saw half fan saying that. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was thinking they would have given it to Gallagher. Then I think Pierce even said it in the group chat, and I was like, wow, I'm surprised they didn't give it to him.
That's what I saw from half fans, at least. I don't know if that's true, but like,
yeah, that's kind of what I've heard too. Then I kind of heard both because I heard someone say that he was saying like he would be honored to be their captain. So I don't know.
Maybe he's just buying into the youth movement, which honestly is a good, even better thing, if we're being honest. Because, I mean, I feel bad for Gallagher. He's had terrible health luck the last couple of years.
Yeah, and he's been there for a while now. Like, 10
but
years
when he's healthy, he's just a great. you can't really replace a middle six contributor like that sometimes when he's healthy.
That has the heart and soul like he does.
Yeah, and like goes to the dirty areas, plays a two-way game, plays hard nose, like kind of does everything you need. You need in a young lineup, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, he'd be great on a team with a bunch of vets, but like with a team that's trying to teach and like embody these young kids with like this work ethic and stuff, it's good to have a Gallagher on the team.
You could benefit from playing with Brendan Gallagher, I feel.
Kirby Doc.
Yeah, exactly. To instill that work ethic.
But Pierce, he's going to play with Josh Anderson and Jonathan.
And Yaroslavsky.
Oh, yeah. Larry Slavkovsky. It's going to be the big-ass line. Or, no, Yoel Armia. It's going to be Armia.
Oh, yeah.
Doc Slavkovsky.
There you go.
Jeez. Armia's got like a 4-year deal. That's crazy.
That is quite. So like Mike Hoffman has a couple of years too, and he's still.
Mike Hoffman.
Evgeny Dadonov is on that team. He got
oh my god! Stop helping Vegas. Dude, Dadonov
keep getting away with this.
Dadonov went out of Canada just to go back to Canada. Oh, poor guy.
Well,
that's tough. Anyway, in this essay, I will.
For real, living in Canada in pain.
Now he could expose the Leafs again.
Own.
When they blow a 5-1 lead.
Yes.
Certainly that won't be on the Ride or Die show or whatever the fuck it is that they did for the Leafs. Certainly that was not there.
Okay. I do want to talk a bit about the Blackhawks prospect games. More so just like some players that stood out. Kevin Gordzinski, he's got that dog, that Kev dog in him. That guy, he's just so friggin' confident, so poised with the puck. I remember we had Mitch Brown from Elite Prospects on, and he's like, yeah, like he's got a lot of defensive things to work on, even like some of the skating, like he's got to get more strong on his skates, even though he's like a smooth skater. But that's a guy that wants to be the guy that has the confidence moving the pucks up the ice, like just everything you want in a defenseman. And if you just give him the friggin' time to develop, unlike the last regime, I think he'll be fine. He'll at least be a top 4 defenseman. And if you get that with a 7th overall pick, a guy that can play on your second pairing, play a first power play unit, get like 40, 50 points, and not be a train wreck defensively, you're good. You're fine. And that's like the floor I see with him.
I hope so, man. Because I'm not trying to be negative, but like you got picked with the Alex DeBrincat pick, so all eyes are on you. But
and again, yeah, that's not his fault at all.
It's not his fault, but
that's more so on the
hand you've been dealt.
Yeah, you gotta
pan out. Gotta pan out.
Yeah. But I like the confidence and poise he has, and I'm more like with each going day, I'm more higher on him than the last one.
I saw Gutman had a couple goals in the tournament.
Yeah, Cole Gutman's like another guy, or he's kind of like that like Reese Johnson, like Mackenzie Entwistle type player. He's probably not going to play high in your lineup, but that's a guy who I don't think he's going to make the NHL team, but he's probably a guy that could do decent in Rockford and then get called up like midway during the year with some injuries and play on the 4th line. And maybe
for sure. I'm glad that Reichel wasn't hurt long term.
Oh my god, I swear.
Oh my god.
Every year they're playing a prospect game and someone gets injured. Like Paul Lewinsky went out, Colton Dock went out, like
Kirby Doc went out the one time.
Yeah, exactly. Like brother.
Oh man. Jesus. I was with the concussion too. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I think it was with the concussion. Sorry, Reagan.
I didn't watch the game. But I really want to see Riley McKay do well. I've watched him so much in Indy, and I just want him to stay in Rockford for an entire season so bad, eventually make it to the Hawks. I would love that. But also I feel like one of his biggest downfalls is he kind of like an Andrew Shaw type player and has a lot of times where he lets his anger get the best of him, and it's just not very good.
His own way.
Yeah.
I saw him try to hit a guy this weekend and completely missed the hit. So
well, I remember there was one game for the Fuel. His grandma from wherever he's from in Canada drove all the way down to Indy, 15 hours or something.
Is he a good Western Canada boy? I'm pretty sure he plays Saskatoon. So
yeah, I think so.
A Western boy. Let's look that up, shall we?
So because his grandma was there, they had him do the puck drop, which I guess at first he was really confused about because he wasn't the captain. And then he went to go shake the guy's hand, and the guy just flipped him off and skated away. And I was like, first of all, flipped him off in front of his grandma. I was like,
yeah.
oh. Riley's dropping the gloves literally at the stop, and sure enough, first shift out, went to fight the guy, and I was like, well, here we go.
It's like, what'd you expect, though?
Yeah. At that point, I was like, okay, that I understand. But I was like,
Riley McKay is from Swan River, Manitoba, Canada. I just want to go through all the penalty minutes in his careers. Like,
there's a lot of them.
Spokane Chiefs 2016-17 123 penalty minutes, 2017-18 Spokane Chiefs 152 penalty minutes, 2018-19 Saskatoon Blades 149 penalty minutes, 2019-20 Saskatoon Blades 93 penalty minutes. Last year with the Indy Field, he had 192 penalty minutes in 51 games. Literally, he was over half a point per game, and that's spending all that time in the box.
I knew it was a lot of penalty minutes. I didn't realize it was damn near 200.
Bro, the coach has to be so pissed if he's actually a half point a game and he takes that many penalties. He's got to be like, just stay out of the fucking box.
Yeah, literally.
Like, left near the end of the season.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the Buell's head coach, apparently it was like a mutual agreement, but I was like, he just say you later. So the assistant coach became the interim head coach, and he's now the for sure head coach. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but
some more players that still Lucas Reichel obviously I think he had like four assists today. Like he's too good for this. Like you know, like he's just based on talent. Oh yeah, good player. Talent alone, like he should be at least in the Blackhawks top 6. Like he's one of the best, probably 5 forwards that they have. But do you want him to be on that freaking shitty team? No, probably not. But you know what? If he just plays that damn well, forces everyone's hands and gets himself on the team, you know what? Hey, that's fine too. Another guy that stood out, one of the recent draft picks, Samuel Savoy. I'm pretty sure the AHL head coach Anders Sorensen called him like a little bugger or whatever. I remember when we had Mitch Brown on too. He's like another guy. Like he's just like he called him like a little truck that just runs around and just destroys everyone. He's gonna. I think he only was like half a point per game last year in the QMJHL, but like if he can improve that, but Mitch Brown also said like that's like a guy that's easily projectable in the NHL because he just plays with speed, energy, and is just a pain in the ass. And that's what the Blackhawks want. Paul Gordzinski is another one of those guys, like just guys that play with pace, energy. Cole Gutman was another guy that was kind of fitting that mold, but. Yeah, like I don't know how much you can tell outside of a prospect camp, but just seeing the top guys be good, and then some other guys be like, "Hey, you know, some out there." That's a good thing. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say on that, but
I saw Sam Savoy was getting involved, both good and bad. Like he was in the mix, which is good. Yeah. Like once again, like you said, Pierce is probably one of those guys that's like 3 or 4 years down the line, but
yeah,
you need those development, you need those organizational pieces. Like guy who's probably gonna be in Rockford for a couple, like maybe I don't know. You know what's crazy with the Rockford team? Like just a side note, like how has Evan Barrett not gotten a call up? Like once. Like I feel like he performs semi well in Rockford every year.
Like he had a rough year last year. I feel like
this year. Okay.
Yeah, I think though like that was kind of his year to really like step up, and I think he kind of struggled. Yeah, he had just 28 points in 63 games.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering because I know like he was doing well in Rockford like 2 years ago, or 3 or before the pandemic, but whatever.
Yeah, he was like his last year at Penn State, like he was point per game, and he was like half a point per game with the Ice Hawks. Like the trajectory, it was like looking favorably for him, but no, he just this year could have been a good year for him, but no, he kind of didn't step up, and now he's gonna be 24 this year. So I feel like almost like if he's gonna make it at least onto the Blackhawks this year, it's gonna be this year. Like the boat might have sailed. Anyways, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. The last thing I do want to talk about before we end the podcast stuff, I want this to be like a segment over the year, things we love to see. First things first, Rebecca Johnston, who has won, I believe, 3 Olympic gold medals with Team Canada, is the player development coach for the Calgary Flames. More women in hockey, we love to see it.
Awesome.
My favorite thing.
Great stuff.
Yeah, and we kind of touched on it a bit earlier. Kyle Beach will be an assistant coach for the Trinity Western University men's team in Langley, British Columbia. Freaking awesome for him as well. Rick at West had reported this. He said that he's in a way better mental space now, which is freaking awesome to hear. I'm glad that Kyle Beach is back and he's doing what he loves to do, and that he'll be around like a hockey team that he can help. It's just it's freaking awesome.
We're all rooting for him, man.
We are all.
I just want nothing but good things for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no one deserves it more than him right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It makes me happy that at least there's some good stories in the sport.
I know. I was gonna say,
mean?
like, it just seems like there's a lot of like doom, like just stories where like, oh god, we gotta talk about this, but then like there. For every bad thing that happens, there's always a good thing. Like Kyle Beach, like we want positive impacts in like the game of hockey, not just at the NHL level, but at the grassroots level where it all starts. Like having Kyle Beach back in there and helping out, like that's just awesome.
Oh yeah, it's a feel good story for sure. Like you can't help but feel good about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the podcast. Do you guys have anything else to talk about, or we can wrap this sucker up?
No, I think that's it for me. Russell Wilson's looking like shit right now.
Let's boo him. No,
dude, oh my god, that shit is so dumb. Like, one last note, like booing the guy who got you. Like, I get it. It was the defense. It was the run game. Motherfucker, you don't make a Super Bowl without a good quarterback, or at least a quarterback who can get like. Yeah, I get it. The Bears made it to a Super Bowl with like Kyle Orton as their quarterback and Rex Grossman. But at least Kyle Orton, when he was a starter that year, could move the fucking ball. Like, I'm sorry. It's stupid. It's so stupid that they're all fucking hating on Russ. And it's just because, he's corny and he does stupid things because he loves his family and Jesus. Oh, no.
What? You can't do that in the NFL. You can't love your family.
You have to go do a titty bar and start dancing, and then you'll get my respect, like Trey Lance.
I do other horrible things, but we won't get into that. Anyway,
yeah, we don't get into it. Like, let's just not talk about like.
You
want don't even open that cover to terrible things that go on in the NFL, please. Like, let's just not.
Yeah,
there's a guy serving a year-long suspension for gambling, but people can just be a predator rapist and come back this year. It's cool. It's cool. Great sport.
I don't even want to get into that because I'm gonna just go off.
Nope.
Yeah, let's
pisses me off the wall. No, but just let's not open that cover today. Let's not open that cover today. Why don't we open it when he gets closer to coming back, and then we can start shitting on him more? Like,
I can talk for hours about how pissed off I am about that.
Yeah, like fuck Deshaun Watson. Anyways, let's just end the show on that.
Oh no. Anyways, yeah, let's
because we'll spend another 30 minutes just talking about that.
Oh yeah, no.
Do you remember when we were so pissed off that we passed up on him for Mitch Trubisky? Man, did we dodge a bullet with that one.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Hey, listen, I can actually hate on him again because I hated him at Clemson, so fuck him. Yeah, let's go.
Let's end it off here before we get into any more rants. Let's try to end it on a semi-positive note. So,
yeah.
Schmitty, Reagan, it was a pleasure having you guys on. So, if you don't know, we'll be doing the regular, I guess, NHL show. Fuck hell, even if NFL show, especially over these next few months. Sports. Yeah, every Sunday. Once we get to February, once it gets close to the trade deadline, the playoffs, things start ramping up. I think we'll do Monday, Friday, and then if you're jonesing for prospect stuff across the NHL, we're doing a prospect series as well every Wednesday. Talk about stuff that's going on in the prospect world to help escape the reality of the Blackhawks being probably absolutely terrible and losing 60 games this year. So check that out. Check out Simplifying Scouting. Give our podcast a 5-star rating and a good review. Please do it. Please do it. Anyways, we'll end it off here. Once again, thank you, Schmitty and Reagan, for joining the show. I hope the Bears can somehow, some way, at the very least, make it a competitive close game, whereas my Bengals are getting destroyed right now with a fucking
by a backup.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay.
Let's end it out right now. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Enjoy your Sunday.